Hey there, MoFaD. And hey there, Jockey. You guys are right on time. It is Toothpick Day. Ah yes, MoFaD Day. And reward! Torch is the best thing ever. Hands down. With dentist store. Okay. That works. That also works. Also, yeah, damn that cat. Fix this chat. Let's go to my Z Underground page, then edit the settings on the live stream that's happening right each time. It is not really very convenient to figure this out and make this always disabled for YouTube videos. How do I make it always? We'll have to figure that out at a different time. Is your Windows still reforged? Nah, I got it back. Told you that day. Anyways, without further ado, get on with the games. It's WarCraft Day. Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with capital Z coming back at you with another replay quest. A replay request by none other than MoFaD and should be Concealed Hills. Have some stormy moments where I mess up a bit and then I scramble to get stuff done. I got what I needed to have done. So we have right now the replay request banner there. It MoFaD put on it. So MoFaD is gonna be spawning as the orange orc player on the top right. Although, can you guys hear me just fine, or do I have to like bring my mic a bit closer? I don't know. Maybe I should eat my mic up. So we're gonna have MoFaD spawning on the top right as the orange orc player. He's gonna be playing off against Blazing Eyes, spawning as the TL undead at the bottom left. Orc versus undead on Concealed Hill. This should be interesting. So MoFaD just basically got a taste of a new appetite here. He got the taste of the Toothpick army. And Jockey says, why is MoFaD playing orcs again? Well, as I said, Jockey, MoFaD just got a taste of the Toothpick army and he is currently loving it. And also, why is Adjutant so late? Adjutant should have announced that some time ago. Adjutant did announce that some time ago. I have no idea. Alright, where is the almighty undead? He's there. He had enough of anti-magic shells, I guess. We got Crazy Steve as the scout acolyte heading in towards MoFaD's base, and yeah, acolytes are pretty fast. Like, they're pretty fast compared to peons and peasants there. MoFaD says undead not mighty anymore. Jockey says Death Knight is not on the field. Dang it! The pact is no longer sealed. MoFaD has broken the pact. Arthas is coming for you, MoFaD. You ought to be careful. As he puts down the war mill, big guy coming in, the big guy Torn Chieftain coming in. Acolyte's gonna stay there. I mean, he's staying there for basically just want to know whether gonna be a Farseer or Torn Chieftain, because that's really what orc players would be going in these days with this kind of a build going down. And Blazing Eye is gonna go in, pick up some skeleton warriors for himself, then go for some creeping perhaps immediately. Yeah, there we go. Gonna go after the orange camp, and this is something that undead players have been doing very strongly these days, as that they're going in for power creeping with Death Coil there. There was a time when undead players would like to reserve, well, not just undead, any other type of player Warcraft, any other race, they would try to preserve their mana and keep it for fights. But now you have a situation where you just want to power creep and you just want to get your hero to level up as soon as possible, and use the regeneration ability of the mana there. So there we go. Now we have down again. Blazing Eye is gonna creep a bit more. Blazing Eye knows what MoFaD is up to. MoFaD on the other side does not have much of an idea what Blazing Eye is going in for. Although, well, he has played Undead for the majority of his Warcraft days, so he pretty much knows how an Undead would function. But at the same time, he definitely should be needing an idea of what is coming in for him. My baby is just saying some stuff, which is a bit funny. Repeating some new words, or rather some old words he has learned. Whereas MoFaD goes for the big War Stomp, and I think he should have done the War Stomp earlier and then targeted with the Headhunters, but that works too. His Headhunters wouldn't have been targeted otherwise. Oh, here comes the Death Knight! Death Knight coming in! Death Coil first! Troll gets taken out. Skeleton Warriors being spawned in. MoFaD gonna try and chase after Death Knight, but Death Knight is not here for engagements. He is only and only here for harassment. And oh, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. You should never try to shadow meld or hide near the Thorn Chieftain. Now the Thorn Chieftain, yeah, that's literally the reaction of the Thorn Chieftain after shadow metal. But it doesn't have any mana right now. But I think I don't know what he can do. He has the shop right here. I mean, the Goblin lab there. He can easily use that reveal ability. Or is he gonna wait for the morning? Or well, he basically is waiting for enough mana to be able to cast a storm there. Basically storm the ground, and gonna have the fiends go away. More Toothpick army coming in. Jockey says hashtag nerf Headhunters, and I would agree. I mean, I'm pretty sure like Headhunters are super hot right now, and well, I guess they've been hot for about a year now, but sooner or later somebody's gonna come up with something that's gonna be like a hard counter to this. Like with every race, you're gonna have something that you're coming up with that's just gonna hard counter this, and then, well, basically the meta is just gonna become worse. So yeah, I mean, and Blizzard will likely nerf it again, but yeah, you get my point there. Bring back Almighty Undead main as MoFaD picks up the last creep over there. Dark Ranger, interesting second hero here for Blazing Eyes here, but I'm a bit concerned and a bit confused. I strongly believe a level 3 Lich would deal more damage to the Toothpick army than the Dark Ranger. The Dark Ranger is going to be very useful right now, but you need to be able to actually take out those Toothpicks, the Headhunters, one by one. They're pretty low on HP when you, and when you want to consider they're really just 0 armor there, medium armor. So well, an army of ghoul skeleton warriors in the front line perhaps can easily take them down, but the thing, well, ghouls are pretty weak, so you really want to reconsider that. Thorn Chieftain getting the air, War Stomp coming in, War Stomp, big War Stomp. There we go, big War Stomp on that Fiend. Fiend needs that coil. Why did he death coil the other Fiend there? That makes no sense. Blazing Eye is making a mistake over there, and death coiling another Fiend. The Fiend that he should have death coil was the one that was being targeted. Could have survived otherwise. MoFaD immediately gonna go in for creeping, but he has the opponent right at his back. What's he doing? This is a bad idea. Don't really want to creep right away. Shadowhunter coming in for more sustainability. Heal wave immediately needed. Gonna lose his Headhunter. Once there we go, heal wave going down. But as you can see, the amount of damage being dealt out by Blazing Eye over here, the Toothpick army is not the strongest one. You can easily lose them, and as I mentioned earlier, somebody's gonna come up with a sort of a counter to this. This is a potential counter. Dark Ranger is a tavern hero available to all races, so basically go for a Dark Ranger level on your second hero or first hero, and then just play normal. Maybe this will work out against Headhunters. The snowball effect will not happen. You will not have to face the Headhunters coming in from the first head. Basically what I'm trying to say is, like the mass headhunter effect. You're gonna be able to kill a good number of headhunters before your opponent tries to mass them, and if the opponent basically doesn't have the critical mass of headhunters he needs, the DPS is just not going to be as effective as possible. So I mean, this is really just the thing right now in Warcraft. You just need a super counter to the toothpick army. MoFaD says Dark Ranger as second is very good mid-game, but less good if game drags on. Absolutely, that is the little problem that you have with Dark Ranger. It could be, I mean, if you think about it, it could be fixed. There are some things that you could do with a Dark Ranger, and I feel that players can explore this. It's definitely an explorable territory. MoFaD says he needs to make big damage mid game if he goes Dark Ranger, otherwise Lich better. Lich is definitely better in this scenario in my opinion, but I wouldn't really count out the ability of the Dark Ranger to turn the toothpick army into skeleton warriors. More skeleton warriors, then you got more stuff there. Maybe, I mean, early game, at least early game, ghouls like vampire and ghoul play is just better. Well, when I say vampire, of course I mean the Dreadlord. What? You can't possibly mean to? Uh-oh, Death Knight trapped! Big war stomp! Death Knight gonna have to use a TP if you want to survive this time. Could have used the invisibility cloak there, but wouldn't really have been the best idea because we had more war stomps coming in. It was kind of weak, but it would have recovered some HP. Now you really want to think about some situations over here. It could have gone a different way if Blazing Eyes chose to perhaps keep the Death Knight there and have his other units attack. Now MoFaD is coming near to what I would call a mass of headhunters. They got good DPS now. The Torn Chieftain's about to level up. Oh, basically he already had leveled up. This is Endurance Aura level 2 now. Once he levels up to level 4, it's gonna be Endurance Aura level 2 then. This is Endurance Aura level 1, sorry. So the thing for MoFaD is gonna be like, you need like as much as DPS possible with what you got. Get as much as DPS possible. Get Bloodlust, get the Endurance Aura, I mean Scroll of the Beast like items, Warsong Battle Drums, like those are beneficial. And oh, the Death Knight! Now look at the damage. Just look at the damage across the Death Knight. Death Knight is a strength type hero. It's not supposed to take that much damage, but in this scene we're currently seeing him basically being sniped by headhunters there. This is something you want to consider. Headhunters have like a huge damage output. I could call it a burst damage. And when I say DPS, they're not really the best when it comes to DPS. They have slow attack, but they have a high single. When a number of them attack the same unit together, the volleys can actually tear the unit down very easily. And once you have a good number of them, you can basically one-shot a lot of units with headhunters. And when you upgrade them to berserkers, well, God help your opponent. Lich is out, third hero for Blazing Eyes, and right now, I mean, one more thing that I'd like to point out about headhunters is that the meta on Warcraft is kind of come to a point where some things have just become a bit too obvious, and because of that, nobody really wants to. I mean, there are certain things that you can easily perform and make your game a bit safer, but players don't really do that anymore and don't really think in that direction anymore at times, because you know, you're like, eh, I'm human, I gotta put this down, I gotta put this building first, then this, then that, and you know, there's really a lot of things you could do to change the way you play and counter to something like this going on. This is exactly why you scout in Warcraft. You scout to find out what's cooking, and then you need to act upon it. I mean, just scouting and not acting upon it will just not really give you any kind of benefit, and that is something that I believe the game is suffering from right now, because people are scouting, people are knowing, but the thing is, the answers that they have to the scout are just limited, and they're not really being very creative with what they can do. Rune Bracer, I wouldn't say this is a bad item, but you're not gonna, as an undead player, you're not gonna benefit from the Rune Bracer. If you're playing against undead, then yes, you're gonna be benefiting from the Rune Bracer. Right now it's just an inventory slot taken, just sell it off. I'm gonna get good gold. And MoFaD slowly but surely getting to that critical mass, currently sitting in an army of 49. And there we go. Look at that damage now. Look at the damage burst. When those headhunters are in range of the same unit and then they attack one single unit together, look at the damage output that they can deal in one shot of all of them attacking. Yeah, look at that. This is an ogre warrior. Now this is a dragon. Yeah, that's that exactly. And then you got Kodobis coming in from the back line with the battle drums, which gives you a slight boost, but it matters. It definitely matters, even if it just +3 attack on all units. And you could add Bloodlust to this, which MoFaD in this game at least isn't doing. He's gonna increase the war drums, war from battle drums. And oh, MoFaD got the jackpot! Through shot aura, baby! Flute of accuracy, really? Like, seriously? Headhunters, or rather the berserkers, now have 8+, and actually, oh my god, okay, 10+ I believe the research just went down, and now they got 10. No, 10+ was not because of War Song battle drums. I believe 10+ was because they got like the 3rd attack upgrade now. So now we're gonna have to observe the amount of damage that MoFaD is gonna be able to deal with all these headhunters to a single unit. And I like that MoFaD is now making raiders as well, keeping them in the front line and making some utility out of them by the ensnare. So basically ensnare and target the unit down with the headhunters or the berserkers at this point. They're gonna be able to basically two-shot anything. That fiend goes down, and yeah, that damage, exactly. You can war stomp and disable the death knight for some time and then take out the fiends one by one. Damage is just critical. This is too much. So many fiends are dying. I'd see no headhunters die. Some raiders on the front line died, but that's absolutely fine for MoFaD. They're meant to die in this. They're not the damage dealers. You can have the casualties, you can, and then use whatever casualty you had to just kill everything else. You gotta unburrow the fiends, and there we go. He's gonna TP away with them. Not before losing a good number of them. MoFaD sitting in an army of 48, his opponent at 40. After losing a lot of fiends, and probably has a couple of them down in the queue. We got the slaughterhouse coming in, or rather already done. Yeah, he hasn't made. He always has optional statues. I don't know what I was referring to. For a moment I thought the slaughterhouse was only just made because the acolyte was standing there. Scout acolyte, which doesn't really have a purpose right now. Leveling up, and oh my, the lit is already level 3. Okay. Berserkers only basically increase the HP of the headhunters by like 100. I mean, that's not too much if you think about it. That's not too much. MoFaD currently sitting on an army of 50 food. And this camp was taken by his opponent, I believe. Rune Bracer with the item drop there. And who took the middle? I don't remember who took the middle. Hey, do you guys remember? I seriously don't remember who took the mid camp. And I don't really see the item either, so I don't know. We got the Flute of Accuracy on the side of MoFaD, so we know MoFaD got the top left. And currently the players are basically struggling to find creep camps to gain some bits of experience. MoFaD wants level 5 on that Torrent Chieftain, but you have just so many creep camps left. Yeah, good. You just have so many creep camps left right now. And what do we have here? Skeleton Warrior to detect that. So right now MoFaD's got a situation. I mean, Blazing got a situation right now. Dark Ranger really doesn't have a lot of use. Although, Skeleton Warriors, the Dark Arrow along with Life Drain, I think it is still explorable. I think you can like put the Dark Ranger in the front, then start draining some life. The only problem is that Torn Chieftain can shut you down, or don't really put it in the front, just have it steal some life from the back. The units can walk away, of course, but you could try doing it on the melee units than the ranged ones. So the melee units, well, basically like the Torn Chieftain, but I don't think about it. There's not too many melee units on the side of MoFaD. I'm gonna lose one of the headhunters, so yeah, that's one of the things there. The headhunters will die to the nuke. That's one thing that you have established. The undead nuke is still mighty, and the headhunters will likely die to the nuke. But you need to be able to execute that. If you don't execute it right, then it's not gonna work. And it appears that Blazing Eyes is gonna stick with Fiends in this particular build. He's gonna stick with Fiends, and on paper, Fiends are kind of going neck and neck against Berserkers if you look at it. The damage output is more for the damage is actually more for Fiends, but the Fiends attack a bit slower perhaps. Projectile of the Fiend, of course, you can't really forget about the projectile of the Fiend. And of corruption, currently Blazing Eyes is just sitting at his base. I mean, I think he could try to expand or something, maybe try to take the middle. Just put down the haunted gold mine there, and just wait if MoFaD just tries to detect that, or do try to put up an expansion of his own. If he doesn't, then you have the expansion up. If he does, then just put it down, because you're not really using not really doing anything much with the gold that you have. Just queuing up units and stuff in most cases. And okay, there we go, destroyer upgrade. But I don't know, man. I don't know if destroyers are actually going to be useful in this scenario. I don't know. Destroyers could just make things go south, as MoFaD is now trying to set up an expansion. I'm not sure if this overlay was down for me. It wasn't down, it was still there. Both players choosing to just stay away from each other, and MoFaD using that time to put down an expansion. His opponent is making a big mistake of not putting an expansion. He has crossed upkeep. He's currently sitting at 70-foot army, and the thing is that you really want to do something about that now. You really want to do something about that. An engagement coming in. Fiend, not the Fiend, the Lich ensnared just for a moment though. Kind of wasted ensnare. Oh, there we go. Silence going down, and oh, the Torn Chieftain being targeted. This looks bad. There's a lot of DPS on the side of the undead as well. Big War Stomp. Death Knight weak. Oh my goodness, Death Knight was super weak there, and both heroes forced to use the TP at the same time. Yikes. That was... Whoa! The Dark Ranger got left behind. What's he gonna do? Gonna poke on the Great Hall? Well, that's actually not bad damage if you think about it. They almost dealt 100 damage until they were there. And now they're gonna have to back out lightly. But the Raider is in range! I like the maneuver that Blazing Eyes did. Just burrowed down his Fiend, and in the instant it's just gonna last a couple of seconds. But oh no, the couple of seconds are enough! We got more Raiders! Dark Ranger is in trouble! War Stomp coming in! War Stomp! MoFaD not doing the War Stomp. One more surround, and this time he got it. Potion of Invul though. The Death Knight isn't even nearby. He didn't even try to get the Death Knight nearby to Death Coil, but Dark Ranger still managed. Oh, lovely! We need a clip of that. We need a clip of that. Like, absolutely needed. Dark Ranger, super clutch. And what do we have here? Unsummoning He's what? Why would you want to unsummon your tech? You're gonna be revealed after this. I don't know what's he up to. He's gonna go all in, but what's he gonna do with the gold without... I don't know, man. I'm not agreed with this decision of Blazing Eyes. He just unsummoned his main. There we go. Now, basically, he's gonna be revealed because he doesn't have a main. He's gonna get Acolytes into the fight. Yeah, sure. I mean... Acolyte's just gonna die, man. Acolytes are not really gonna be contributing anything into this fight, in my opinion. There's a reason why orcs pull the peons in, because they can get the spirit link going down. Big all-in push coming in. And I'm not agreed with the decision of Blazing Eyes. I mean, whenever you do an all-in, you're the one in risk. Your opponent already has an expansion secure. All opponent has to do is save his expansion. For you, it is all in. You save it now or you die. Your opponent still has a chance even if he loses the expansion. Torrent Chieftain kind of made his way towards the back line somehow. Wow. Level 5 Torrent Chieftain. There we go. This will not turn out well. We got a lot of DPS on the back line. I see a lot of fiends dying. A lot of green blood on the battlefield. Big war storms going down. Death Knight is not able to save too many fiends there. Hex going down, so no death coil while the last HP is left for the fiends. Heal raised by MoFaD. Kotobi is gonna get killed. No, gonna get backed out. Although the Acolyte is still following it. All the fiends have been taken out. This game is over. Finally some headhunters getting taken out, or rather berserkers getting taken out. I mean, they're not that strong, as I said earlier. They're not that strong. Just need something that could push in. GG by Blazing Eyes. And this game goes to MoFaD. Must say, that was a fun game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and listening. If you have enjoyed what you have seen, don't forget to hit the like button while watching this as a video on YouTube. Subscribe for more and follow me on my Twitch to catch these games live. We're gonna have some things rolling in, some differences, deviations, some stuff for the better. Anyways, that's gonna be all. Let's end this particular cast right here, and I shall see you on the next cast for WarCraft Day. Oh wow, so I've been glitching out a lot, I see. Cool. Why am I glitching? No! Snapcam, explain. Why are you glitching me? Okay. I was glitching because of my... yeah, you know, stuff like... Try and get a... Anyways, some time right now. Could cast the next MoFaD game, and then we could end the stream. And then tonight we got Left 4 Dead at 16 UTC at the other server, co-op campaign nights. So if you like to play Left 4 Dead, you should be there. Out, why? I think it's the color of my garment. Traditional wear that I'm wearing right. I think the color is glitching out. So, note to self, next time you How about the camera? I guess I should wear something more bright or something more colorful. Creamish. Okay, let's do the next game now. It's WarCraft Day. Greetings everybody, this is Stormy with the capital Z coming back at you with another replay request. This is going to be a replay request once again by MoFaD, who is spawning on the top right as the green orc player. Yes, you have it correct. MoFaD is once again using orc. He's going to be spawning on the top right, green orc. He will be facing up against a popular known player known as W3P Hurricane, and this is actually going to be a test for his toothpick army. Now, he's been liking the toothpick army as of late, using headhunters, and that's exactly what he seems to be going in for with this build right now, where you drop the war mill first, burrow second. Next one is gonna be the altar. Hero is a bit late in this build because of this, and oh, I was wrong. Next is the barracks, and now will be the altar. So heroes are a bit late in this particular build because of that reason there, and you get a bit of you get some wood at the early get-go. This is one of the altar. There we go. WPB Hurricane is gonna go in for, what's the hero? Demon Hunter. Okay, let's see how that works out. None of the players have done any scouting just yet. WPB Hurricane only just heading out his whisk towards the other side of the map to detect what is cooking, and as soon as he sees what is cooking, he's gonna have to be a bit alarmed and gonna have to prepare himself for the inevitable. Concealed Hill is the map. We already cast the last game on Concealed Hill, so it feels a bit very familiar to what's going on. MoFaD did spawn on the top right in that one as well. So everything's kind of where it was.
A player's forces are under attack.
Another burrow, and where's the wisp? Yeah, there's the wisp. Creeping has begun for Hurricane. Concealed Hill, of course, has natural expansion for each player, which is easily defendable and not too easy to creep, but easily defendable. The contested gold mine in the middle, usually contested for the creep camp than the gold mine, and one of my favorite features from the game, which we don't really see a lot, the Fountain of Health, which is available to each player with a red camp to deal with, and that's also going to give you like a mega item. Keep calling in things like mega item. I don't really take the time to actually go to Liquidpedia or some page and see what is actually called, like if it's called an artifact or if it's called something else. As Hurricane, okay, that was intentional. For a moment I thought he didn't want to go there, but accidentally bumped into those creeps, but that's not the case. He's already creeping his second camp out. He already crept out like an orange camp, and you don't really have your hero out just yet on the side of MoFaD, so this is something you want to consider. And I like how MoFaD is actually doing it the way that you do it for fiends when you play the fiend build in Undead. Already deal some damage on the opponent on the creeps there, and then get your hero out to kill it with the last hit or something. Hurricane level 2. Demon Hunter there. MoFaD still at level 1, of course. He only just began creeping. Tier 2 coming in from MoFaD, and he already has begun with his army for headhunters. Hurricane has his wisp planted a nice location there. Should be able to see something, some sort of a movement go on the mini map with that wisp planted there. That minimum vision that you get from planting in towards trees like that. Currently we have a big creep fest going on among both of the players. Both of them have agreed for a ceasefire, it appears. They will not engage with each other just yet, but Hurricane will keep an eye on MoFaD by keeping his Wisp nearby, and this time he has the Wisp nearby the expansion just to know if MoFaD will be expanding early on. Endurance Aura, of course, will be helping out the DPS. More and more headhunters coming in. As MoFaD goes to take on this Goblin Merchant camp, Hurricane is doing it the same on his side. And if you think about it now, MoFaD, despite of having the late hero, is having almost as much as experience as Hurricane had. So despite of having an early hero, if you don't really have an advantage, an edge over your opponent, your early hero really doesn't matter. Maybe Idle players would come up with a different type of build sooner or later where their heroes are a bit late, just like Undead always had, just like humans have discovered lately with Pally rifle, and just like orcs are doing it with the Torn Chieftain Headhunter right now. They also, yeah, the Headhunter, Torn Chieftain likely. You don't want to do it with the Farseer, in my opinion. If you want to do it with Farseer needs to be out real quick. It's more of a harassment based hero. It appears to me that Hurricane is going to pick up a Tavern hero. This is kind of signifying that I think Hurricane is going in for Druid of the Talons. We're gonna have the Beastmaster, in my opinion, and no, we're gonna have the Panda incoming, and I think Panda's a pretty good selection against Headhunters. The conical Breath of Fire is actually pretty good. Going in with Drunken Haze, he can actually burn out so many units there. And the Hurricane, I don't know what's he up to. Had the Demon Hunter go to the other side. I guess the Demon Hunter was going in for harassment, while the Panda will go in for creeping. That was Hurricane's idea, but he detected MoFaD right next to his base and then tried to get his Demon Hunter back. Sentry Ward for MoFaD, so MoFaD knows that Hurricane is nearby, and that's why he is choosing to go away. Not engaging just yet. Doesn't really want any kind of engagement just yet, I guess. Needs tier 3, needs his stuff down, and this time he's gonna go in for Spirit Lodge, so probably, well, maybe not probably, but I would rather root for Bloodlust. It just looks good and adds on to your DPS in such a good way. Headhunters with the upgrade into Berserkers first, then your attack upgrades, then the Endurance Aura, then their ability, Berserk ability that you get by turning them into Berserkers, then Bloodlust. So that's a lot. Like, you got so much increase in the DPS with that. Hurricane picking himself up a Shredder, Defiled, the Wild for some reason, even despite of being an idle fan. I was wrong. I had a strong feeling that Hurricane would go in for Druid of the Talons, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He is going in for Bears, as he goes in for the contested gold mine in the middle, and is he gonna use a Shredder in the fight? Gonna lose the Archer, sadly. We'll lose the Archer there, sadly, and we're gonna have to could have drawn aggro, but it's okay. Gotta be careful now with that big fat Ogre Lord. Tome of Agility gonna be useful for Demon Hunter probably, and oh no! I did not expect that to happen. I don't think that should have happened. He lost his Ancient of War. Even though it was cannon fodder or whatever, you don't really want to lose it. And Demon are going in for Immolation? What the hell? No, no, no! My mistake! Demon are about to get killed. Oh my god, Hurricane, what are you doing, man? Seriously, why do you want to get your Demon to like 10 HP? So for a moment I was like, the Demon Hunter got Immolation, but no, he got Cloak of Flame. Demon Hunter got himself a lovely Cloak of Flame, and I think this is the answer to Headhunters. As MoFaD just got himself level 4 on the Torn Chieftain and got a lovely item there, Pendant of Energy. Yikes! Headhunters right now, as you can see, aren't really dealing too much damage, but once you get them into Berserkers, when you get some upgrades and stuff, they're gonna be able to tear everything apart. And pretty good item, Belt of Giant. MoFaD getting really good drops, like really good drops. On the other side, Hurricane, I wouldn't say he has like the worst things ever. He needs to actually go and creep that camp out before MoFaD does so. Keeping red camps out is just something that you really want to think about. Red camps give you these items, experience is a matter, gold is a matter, and oh, Gonna have to run away. Don't really want engagement yet. Speed scroll and Hurricane using the TP to get the hell out of there, but not before he loses 2 archers. MoFaD thinking quickly, targeting the archers down with a good position that he had against Hurricane's army. Hurricane definitely didn't have enough of an army to face off against MoFaD at that point of time. Okay, Druid of the Claws. This has to work. Druid of the Claws are strong melee, like super strong melee. Panda is currently sitting at almost level 3. Drunken Haze going down. Breath of Fire, baby, going down. Will this be the answer to the Headhunters? Will this be the answer to the Toothpick army? Only time will tell. As MoFaD now will disengage. Perhaps go in for some creeping. He does have like... okay, doesn't have the sentry ward anymore. It timed out. Berserk upgrade coming in. And some attack upgrades coming in as well, and Bloodlust coming in. So MoFaD getting everything he wants to, everything he needs to get. And it appears to me that MoFaD is gonna stick to a 50-foot army for the time being, at least. I don't see the extra burrow being dropped either. So this is gonna be the situation. MoFaD is gonna stick to a 50-foot army. Let's see if a 50-foot army of Headhunters, or rather Berserkers, can actually do what it's meant to. And oh, Drunken Haze going down, but no Breath of Fire just yet. Oh no, he lost the mana. I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know that was possible. He lost the mana to use the Breath of Fire, but he got stunned right before the animation could go off. So he basically loses it. So something like you could lose, and there we go, Breath of Fire now going down. Something similar to what you would actually lose while trying to cast a Flame Strike and then get stunned before the animation actually goes off. Somewhat of a similar situation there. And wow, Hurricane gonna kill his own archer. Deny experience to opponent, I guess, or well, you're gonna need a 2 food space there. You're gonna need that. Getting more and more bears, and I think bears will be the counter to Headhunters or Berserkers as MoFaD gets more and more stuff going in. Somebody go and get that red camp up there. Somebody go and get it before your opponent does. Level 4 on that Demon Hunter for Hurricane, and Hurricane is currently staggering in the unit count department. He does not have a lot of units at his disposal right now, and that's something bad really if you think about it, because your opponent has a mass of Headhunters, so you're gonna be in a situation. Berserker gonna make short work of that single wisp that he detected over there, and Hurricane goes in for the red camp now. What's gonna be the item? What is going to be the item? I'm very curious to see this. MoFaD breaking upkeep probably? No, he hasn't. He's planning to, but looking at the army, one would actually assume that this is broken upkeep, but that isn't. He's about to, but he isn't there just yet. Alright, what's the item? Rune Bracer? Nope, not gonna be useful at all. It's gonna give you like 33 less damage from War Stomp. Really, I mean, the main the use of War Stomp is really just the stun. The damage is just complementary that comes in the War Stomp. And look at that damage! They just took out a Moonwell like it was nothing. And now Hurricane TPing in, but I don't know, man. If I were Hurricane, I'd be scared a bit. Looking at that many Headhunters. Got 4 bears, but are they gonna be enough? Mana burn going down, and oh, 1 War Stomp wasted. Some damage going down on that Druid of Claw. Hurricane using the staff to TP it back. Big mana burn combination of Breath of Fire and Drunken Haze going down. We need more of those though. We need more from where that came from, and we need it right now to take out those Headhunters. The DP is gonna be amazing. Bear's going in, bear's gonna attack, and look at the damage on that bear, man. I think they just 3-shot that bear. And as soon as you engage, as soon as Hurricane got towards the back line and started to tear apart those Headhunters, or rather Berserkers, MoFaD TP'd away, and that was a good decision by MoFaD. But you just have this situation for Hurricane where each time he gets to the backline, MoFaD is just gonna TP away, and you need like Need equal number of units there. Well, not equal, but you definitely need more units. Hurricane will have to break upkeep to fight the 50-foot army of MoFaD. Which, by the way, MoFaD is gonna break the upkeep anytime soon. He already has the capacity to do so, and he likely would. And what the hell do we have here? Hurricane putting down an expansion at the natural for MoFaD. MoFaD will be a bit livid when he discovers that. The map is devoid of creep camps, so no more creep camps on the map anymore. Both players are gonna have to engage in eternal war. I'll just let the shredder die right now because you got like 2k gold. So if you kill the shredder off, then you can use that food count to stay below 50 food and also get next to a bear. But I mean, yeah, I mean, shredder is becoming a liability to Hurricane than it's an asset because he's got like 2k, about 3k gold almost, by the way. But what the hell is that 3k lumber, sorry, and what the hell is that lumber even gonna be useful for? He can't use it. Now finally breaking upkeep, but he only breaking upkeep with like 1 unit. Makes no sense. Okay, 1 unit is actually the wisp. Perhaps having the wisp nearby would be better. Okay, I'm a bit surprised that MoFaD didn't scout out his own expansion to check out what's cooking. And I mean, both of the players right now are... Yeah, I mean, this ceasefire is going on. This is something that we saw in last game as well. And I believe this will turn out better only for one side than the other. So which means that the other side should actually concentrate on more engagements. Bears going in, and look at the damage that the bears are going to be doing to these. Roar going down. There we go. Breath of fire. Just a breath of fire though, no drunken hazard. We need drunken hazard as well to be able to have it effectively done. Come on, so get some drunken hazard and get that demon hunter into the fight. Get some potion of invulse on the demon hunter as well. Big fight going down. Some headhunters getting murdered over there. So far I don't think we had a single bear casualty, although the Thorn Chieftain taking so much damage. Level up on that. Brewmaster, we need drunken hazard. Breath of fire. There we go. Thorn Chieftain almost gets taken out using the potion of invul there. Oh no, the back end of the back army of MoFaD almost getting taken out. MoFaD forced to use the TP there, but what does he have left to use now? MoFaD only got like 4 units that he TP'd in with, and the headhunter army has fallen. Hurricane coming in with the counter to the headhunter army as an idle player. And yeah, I mean, something that I mentioned earlier, I was like thinking about him going in for talents, but talons would have just died. Like, why would you go for talons against trolls? Really, if you think about it, like, that would have been a bad decision if he did it, and he didn't. You would rather think, why would I say so? You know, I just thought about it. That was it. I just kind of thought about it, and oh, sorry about that. My stream still alive? Yeah, my stream still alive. MoFaD was on the stream as well. Toothpicks are OP. OPV and Nidal seems like. Toothpicker is not OP. Okay, sorry, I didn't read it right. Toothpick is not OP versus Nidal. Like, I mean, against a general Nidal army, probably not. But against, I mean, it's really subjective. Like, you want to consider one thing here, MoFaD. You stayed below 50 food for the majority of the game. You got all the gold out of your gold mine, and you did not expand. You didn't check your own expansion. You could have expanded there. Even without the expansion, you could have broken upkeep. So it depends. It all comes down to the quality versus quantity formula again. And this time, the 50-foot army against the 50-foot army of Hurricane was neck and neck. Like, Hurricane did not like own you. Hurricane definitely had to put an effort to take down the Toothpicker's army. And suppose you had more of the headhunters, a bit more shamans on the backline perhaps, and you didn't use any static shield on the Thorn Chieftain either. Lightning shield, the Thorn Chieftain, send it into the fight. Just have it murder everything around. So yeah, you didn't do a couple of stuff. If you did a couple of stuff, then maybe the tide would have been in your favor. But you know, it's really very explorable. Like, this is something that's you really wanna you do it again and again, and then you'll find out what's gonna happen. So currently, Hurricane is sitting at 66 food of an army. He got the bigger army. MoFaD will not stand against this. MoFaD will definitely fall because again, I mean, it was a neck and neck fight on a 50 versus 50, but right now this is just going to go in the opposite direction, and I don't really see this going in any other way. Bear's going in. Bear's trying to target the hero. What the hell, man? Hurricane, I don't know. It's targeting the Torn Chieftain is the best idea. It's a freaking strength type hero. It's freaking beefy as hell. Go after the back line. Just murder the back line. The back line is super weak, and that's exactly they just had to like walk away, and MoFaD calls for the GG. Now I'm glad that you also give me games where you lose, the games which are good and all that, because this of course keeps the suspense in place where people would just rather assume that, okay, so this guy probably won, that's why he sent his game for the cast. That's not the case here. People also want to send the games that they lost, so that that compensate for that, and you still have a moment there where we'll be wondering, okay, who's gonna win. We wanna have a situation like that when we watch a game. But that's gonna be all now. A lot of long discussions perhaps we had during this particular cast, and we're gonna end it right here. Once again, at 16 UTC we got Left 4 Dead 2 on capital Z co-op campaign nights. I was about to say extended, but that's not the name of that server anymore. On co-op campaign nights today we got Left 4 Dead 2, and we're gonna be rolling in with that. So that's gonna be all. Thank you Jockey, thank you MoFaD for joining me as always. I'm gonna be ending the recording right here, and I shall see you on the next episode of Warcraft Day.